Today, we are going to be evolving GOJO, the new evolvable unit for Update 1, and I'm at last stand. And honestly, guys, this is going to be quite a grind for you if you have just started doing this and you have not completed it quite yet. And honestly, it mostly just comes down to RNG in two factors. First of all, it comes down to getting the evolved items because the drop chances are not guaranteed. And secondly, it also kind of depends on what challenge you do, but I would highly advise you guys to actually not solo the challenges and do it with other people. It's gonna be a lot faster. I was soloing the last couple of challenges because I fell asleep earlier and the people that I played with have already finished. And it took me about 9 minutes to solo the challenge, especially the one with the Birdbone one, that you have no traits and no levels in your units. That one is very annoying to deal with. But anyway, so in case you guys don't know how you actually evolve GOJO, let me go ahead and pull up the panel right here. So as you can see, you need a duplicate summon of GOJO. You need six eyes, honestly, who would have thought, and 25 spirit shards. Now, in order to actually get those materials, you will get them all from the challenges. Currently, as of making this video, there is two versions of challenges. You have either Water Park Act 6 with high cost, which is the easiest one, and you also have Sand Map, the first one, Desert Village, with Birdbone, the one I mentioned earlier, where you have basically no traits and your units are level 1. That one is pretty challenging. It is soloable. I did end up soloing the last couple of materials that I needed. But anyway, now that I have the items, let's finally go ahead and evolve the goat. So we're gonna evolve and boom, there we go. Oh, look at this, guys. Unmasked Sorcerer Supreme, the strongest sorcerer. Apparently not the strongest. He turned out a fraud, but no manga spoilers. No manga spoilers. And as you guys can see, I have All Seeing, which is one of the two best curses actually for GOJO. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of them. Let's go ahead and equip him. So there you go. He looks a lot better than the other one. I kind of like the no mask version a lot more. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna go ahead and just jump in an infinite. And once I have some money, guys, I'll see you in a little bit so we do the showcase.
One eternity later.
Alright, guys, welcome back. And now we have actually enough cash to actually showcase the unit. So we're gonna be using Star Iron for this one just for a more realistic perspective of how you actually want to play GOJO. Now, as you have probably realized, GOJO's Evo does actually have Infinite Void time stop. So basically, the time stop works everywhere within his range. So we're going to be using Oshi's range right here. And I think we're going to be placing him somewhere about here, just so we have the best map. So as you can see straight off the bat, with All Seeing, his range is already huge. And I think we can even place him a little bit further to the back. Obviously, Oshi's placement is kind of wrong. Oshi should be probably somewhere around here. Placed herself, just so we have better coverage of the map. But yeah, let's just move him a little bit more to back, something like this. I think that should be it. Yeah, she's still getting buffed by Oshi. So pretty big range on placement, as you can see with All Seeing. 44.5 range, full AoE on placement with 1.77 thousand damage. Now, again, I would like to mention it that if you guys are wondering about the stats at level 75, it is level 1 stats multiplied by 2.3x. That is the actual multiplier to get your level 75 stats. So in this particular case, it will be 1.77 multiplied by 2.3. That would be 4.07 thousand damage on placement with All Seeing. That is obviously without any talents at all. So anyway, let's go ahead. Upgrade 1, 2.77k, slightly better range. Now upgrade 2 is going to give us just a little bit more damage, actually a lot more damage considering how much he had. And on the next upgrade 3, you see that's where the unit just straight up picks off. It triples its damage and the range also gets a lot bigger. His SPA does get a little bit slower. We're still on the full AoE, as you can see. And yeah, I don't know why it doesn't say it, but this is basically Lapse Blue. As you can see, the animation sort of changed to Lapse Blue. So we're continuing on, obviously. Upgrade number 4, it's going to give us about 30% damage increase from 15.1k to 20.6k. And then again, the next upgrade is only a damage upgrade. And now, look at this, guys. So from this point, upgrade 6, his damage picks off a lot. Obviously, the upgrade is getting very pricey. 25k range is even bigger. and Gojo becomes a lion unit, as you guys can see right here, with pretty decent damage. And yeah, let's go upgrade 7 and upgrade 8. So with all sync and Oshi buff, 62 range on Gojo. That is pretty much almost covering the entire map. You can either basically just move him a little bit forward or a little bit to the back. I think that's the ideal placement for this particular infinite. There you go. Look at this, guys. Ooh, that is... The animation is so damn smooth, actually. The animation is so damn smooth. Now, the lighting is not that good. That's why you can really see the red and blue that nicely. But yeah, there you go. So looking very, very, very nicely. As you can see, SPA is up to 10.2. So initially, when we tuned the unit with BMG, I was there doing testing. The unit was supposed to be 83k DPS, or rather 83k damage with 8 seconds SPA. There was a minor nerf to his damage. The unit became 80k with 8 seconds SPA, sorry, with 12 seconds SPA. So he's slightly weaker, and as you can see, he is now only a ground unit. He's not a hybrid anymore like he previously was. And let's go ahead and showcase his time stop, which looks extremely, extremely cool. Obviously, his infinite void. So, as I said earlier, time stop touches everything within the range of his ability. That's why I said all seeing is one of the 2 best choices for his build, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But let's go ahead and use unlimited void. Let me actually turn on the sounds. We don't want music. All right, there we go.
領域展開無料空所
I don't know why he didn't. I have no idea why the time stop didn't actually work. I actually have no idea why the time stop did not work. And yeah, as you can see, we just lost because the time stop didn't work. But yeah, that's how his time stop kind of works. I don't know whether that is a bug or did I mess up something. But that's pretty much the stats of the unit as of right now. Now, let's talk a little bit about the 2 build buffs that you can play for Gojo, and I guess which one is the best. Although I don't really have an answer to which one is the best. I think it honestly just comes down to you and your preference. But yeah, let's wait for the assets to load. So, build number 1 obviously is going to be support Gojo. Unit is a single placement unit. I forgot to mention that. That's why I did not place another Gojo. It's a single placement unit. So yeah, that's pretty much Gojo for you. First build is support build, where he just plays around this huge range. Basically exactly what we showcased with full map time stop with all seeing. That is build number 1. Now for skill tree, there has been some minor adjustments to the skill trees. You could go for range. Like, I think range is the best thing that you probably want to go for. And this map obviously does cover the entire map. There is other maps that are a little bit bigger, so you probably want to play for vision. So you would play vision 1 into empowered crit, into SPA, I guess. Or you can play vision even there if you would like. There has been some adjustments, guys, to the trees, so I don't exactly know how they work. That's why you see me a little bit hesitant. Okay, I think it's this one, yeah. So you would go this, to this, to this, to this one, into this one for critical strike chance. And then you would choose vision 3, and then you would go obviously right here. So as you can see, Devastation Mastery has been buffed, so it is a very, very, very viable choice now. It does provide a lot of base damage. And yeah, that should be pretty much it for his build regarding the support Gojo. It is a very, very useful build. Even though he doesn't carry damage-wise, the unit is still very good. Like, he's doing some decent damage. Like, line away, he's going to do a lot of cliff damage. He's going to hit a lot of things. So that is build number 1. Now, for build number 2, obviously, single placement unit. You guys probably already realized it. You want to be running Overload on your Gojo for your single placement, and that's going to be carry Gojo. The unit does actually do a lot of damage. It does actually do a lot of damage, so he can be a pretty decent carry. Obviously, for that build, you would run something else. You would go pretty much just SPA into crit damage. Then you would go damage right here. Then you would play this one, minus 10 SPA into a crit damage. And then you would play Empower 3. And then you would still play right side, minus 20 SPA and plus 55 damage 5 range. That still provides you a little bit of range, not as much as the previous build. The previous build might even be an overkill, guys. You might want to go a little bit more on damage. I I think if you get the big range buff right here, this one, instead of like in power 3, I think you have enough range, but you can always just mess around. Like you can go for yearly range nodes, and you can just go for Empower 3 here. I think that should also be more than enough with Oshi buff. Now, again, depending on the map, right? Some maps are just larger than others. Unless you want to commit like full range build, and that should be pretty much it for GOJO. There's 2 decent builds, like just comes down to what you have. Now, if you guys want to ask me if I have anything else, what do I do? Like if you have Shinigami, or if you have Demigod, or if you have Cosmic or whatever, you can just go with a damage build, I feel like. Unless you just want to make him a support, you can always just make him a support, even if you don't have the huge range from all seeing. As I said, there is a lot of like range options, a lot of range nodes in the tree. So if you want, feel free to follow any of them. But yeah, anyway, guys, that was pretty much it for GOJO. I hope you have enjoyed this showcase, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.